Hello, my name is Chris and this is my kitchen. Thank you for stopping by. I'd like to remind you that this is our actual household kitchen, so you might hear noises, you might see dogs, you might see my daughter, you might see my wife, who knows what's going to happen. So about 10 years ago, we went to visit my brother in Savannah, Georgia for the first time. And when we got there, we had a treat waiting for us. He had one of those turkey fryers set up to a propane tank in the back of his yard, and he pulled it out and he pulled a giant thing of shrimp and corn and sausage, and it was called a Low Country shrimp boil, and it was delicious. And I wanted to know how to make it, and I didn't want to buy a turkey fryer to fill with water and hook up to the propane tank. So I found out how to make one in the quick cooker, and it turned out it's one of our family's fastest and favorite recipes. So we're going to take one package of Johnsonville and Dooley sausage. So it's their New Orleans style sausage. We're going to cut it up. I cut it on the diagonal because I'm fancy like that. Actually, it's because if I cut it straight, I feel like I'm eating hot dog parts, flashback to childhood, and I don't want to do that. We're going to take about 1.5 pounds of russet potatoes, quartered, and then shrimp. We buy 1 pound. I've made this with up to 2 pounds before. You want jumbo shrimp. These are about 16 to 20. You want them shell on and tail on. And then you put that in there. Then you're going to take 1.5 cups of water. And you're going to add your spices. You're going to add a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, and I add it to the water to mix it up, and then pour it over the shrimp. That way it's all mixed up. And then you want 2 tablespoons of Old Bay seasoning. Now, if you don't know, I live in Maryland, so by law I have to put Old Bay in every recipe. That's not quite true, but did you know that Old Bay originated in a bar? Many years ago, blue crabs were so plentiful in Maryland, there were so many of them, that bars gave them away for free. So a bar, and my memory is slipping me, I can't remember the name of it, came up with Old Bay to season the crabs to make it so that when people ate the free crabs, they would want to drink more beer. So that's the origin of Old Bay, and it's caught on, and people, especially in Maryland, put it on everything, on French fries, seafood, potatoes, you name it, it goes on it. So beer would be a great thing to add to it. But if you're going to add beer into an electronic pressure cooker, know that it does not cook off like it does in other recipes, because it's contained, the alcohol doesn't cook off. So since this is my daughter's favorite dish, and my wife doesn't like the taste of beer, we use chicken broth instead. We're going to put in 5 diced up garlic cloves, a couple of bay leaves, and then some corn cobs just broken in half. Obviously shucked first. So we're going to put all that in there. We're going to seal the quick cooker. We're going to put it on seafood. And we're going to set it for 3 minutes. And that's it. Once it comes to pressure, it'll cook for 3 minutes. We're going to release it and it'll be ready to go. Now while that's happening, once it comes to pressure, we've got about 3 minutes left. We're going to take a stick of butter, a tablespoon of garlic powder, and a tablespoon of Old Bay, and we're going to melt that together to pour over it once it comes out. So while this says it cooks in 3 minutes, please know that it takes some time. It can be 10 to 15 minutes to come to pressure. So it's not necessarily a 3-minute meal, but it is a meal you can have easily in under half an hour. So I will see you as soon as it's finished. All right, so our 3 minutes are up, and As I've shown in every video, whenever you're using an electronic pressure cooker, there's two ways to release the pressure. There's the slow or natural release, where you just let it seep out over a period of time. And there's what's called the quick release, where you just push the button and it shoots out. With seafood, especially shrimp, since it's cooked so quickly, we are just going to let it quick release. Now, one of the things I love about the quick cooker over the Instant Pot is that the button to release the pressure is right here. On the Instant Pot, you have to turn this so your hand is very close to the steam that comes shooting out. There we go, our bobbin top. Go ahead and pull it off. And take the little silicone grabbers. Since the pot is empty, we want to be sure to hit cancel, because otherwise it will stay on warm and continue to cook. I'm going to just shake this just a little bit to get the moisture out. Onto our plate. Pour our garlic Old Bay butter mixture over it. And sometimes I double the butter mixture and serve a bowl for people when we have company if they want a little bit more, but we find that we don't use that in our house. So here you go, a quick, tasty, fancy shrimp boil done in the pressure cooker and the quick cooker. Throw the ingredients in, walk away, drain, pour butter on, and dinner is served. So if you have any questions, feel free to mention it in the comments. If you have any suggestions, if you try this recipe, let me know how it turns out. But this is what's for dinner, and I want to thank you for stopping by.